just a girl striving for greatness in all aspects of my life. How about you? Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the G.O.A.T. You know the vibes. I'm with my big bro family, Nimi.
What's good?
What's good? I'm dead. It's actually been a long time. Like, I know you only live next door, but in terms of us actually sitting down and doing something like this, it's been a long time. I'm really glad that we did this, to be honest. I'm really glad because I feel like there'll be a lot to come out of it for us, and it might help motivate both of us. I know earlier you was talking. Yeah, I know earlier was talking about you trying to edit and stuff like that, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Because that's sort of where I am in this stage of creativity, I guess.
Yeah,
but we'll get into it.
But even before, like, obviously me knowing you as a creative, you was doing everything, because I've known you since 2020 now. But even before that, you was Fresh Prince of Pompey. You know the vibes. If anybody knows,
that is a throwback that maybe
it was like a thing. That's how I knew of you. Like, and I think it's only when I actually met you and I was like, I've seen you before. But I couldn't really think of it at the time. But everything kind of just merged in one and made sense.
I remember literally because of that, some people used to think that I was like Spotted Pompey.
Look, I actually thought it was as well. I thought you was too, because I was like, there was a lot of collaborative stuff that was going on, and I was like, it only makes sense for these two to be the same person.
But you wasn't. I wish I was that smart. Honestly, I wish I was that
it's
smart.
It's so sad because it's not even really going on anymore.
Yeah, because like I guess neither of them we've.
No, I thought you were gonna bait out the people.
No, because no. I didn't.
Do you know that?
I didn't say anything.
I'm joking. But no, I generally at the time thought you was the same people. But how did you even get into that?
Because even, oh gosh, this is going back. This is going back.
You said what, 2018?
No, because even before that, my first experience with actual video making, and the footage is still there. It's literally just privatized on YouTube somewhere. Literally as a kid, I used to have this little Samsung digital camera, buddy. No one used to measuring 12 or 36 or something megapixels or something was one of them. I was I must have been 11, 12 maybe. And then I remember I created this YouTube channel, and then
on your own.
Yeah. And we used to go around London and stuff, and find Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and I literally I was literally just there
Why have I never seen this?
Because it's
I've never seen this, Nimi.
I'll show you.
Yeah, please. Because I need to see it.
I mean, obviously, but to be fair, do you know what? To be fair, I did my thing. Because I used to watch a lot of YouTubers do the same thing. Literally, there's a name for it. The community is car spotters.
Okay, so you were just finding niche cars or nice cars, going up to the owners, or just people around.
Do you know what? There's actually a couple of times I've done that. I literally remember there was this video of he literally lived down the road from my secondary school. I managed to see him driving up there and down all the time. Literally one time I came with a camera, and then I told him I've got this YouTube channel. This must have been 2000.
And how old were you? 11?
No, I think at that time, I walked up to him, I was 13, but when I started the whole thing, I was 11.
That's crazy. 11, at that age, to have the balls to go and just do that.
Because I feel I didn't really see it as a risk, I guess, because of my age, but also when you really love something,
I don't care about the risks. I'm a risk taker.
No, because I always say I've loved cars for longer than I haven't.
Okay. So, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's I've just for as long as I can remember, I just love cars, innit? And like I used to watch a lot of the concert cars. I was like, do you know what? I don't know.
Did you watch Top Gear?
Oh yeah. Like there's two. Like you either watch Top Gear, or
what's the other one? Was it like vintage bangers or something like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's probably not a thing. Something like that.
I'm gonna kick myself because like I literally saw it like earlier today. Like you either watch Top Gear or like maybe you had like some like personal experience or something. Maybe dad was like a mechanic or whatever, or something like that. Probably butchering it now, but yeah, like I just loved cars, innit? So I had the camera and I was like, just, like go out and make some videos. And then like when I got into sort of like sixth form, I sort of waned off that for a bit, and then and then I had a business like selling phone cases on Amazon.
That's very random compared to.
Yeah, like I've bounced around quite a lot.
You're just a creative.
I've just sort of and then after that, then I came to uni, and then I started like the whole Fresh Prince of Pompey thing.
What was that just about then? Because a lot of people.
It was just like again, it's just like
you having fun.
I like memes. Just make a meme channel, or channel. Jesus, but
I know you mean
but yeah, just like a meme page,
which makes a lot of sense. Like out of all the people I know, that's so Nimi. That's a Nimi thing to do.
Yeah. It's just like because I feel like
even if I text you, I'll just get a meme back.
Literally earlier today, I was like memes, innit? Like just the whole culture of it, like the whole culture of it, and just like I guess like just making people laugh as well.
Yeah,
like, you're just having a good time.
That's one thing that I realized, especially growing up. Laughter is so important, guys. To laugh.
It's literally like if you really think about the fact that like as part of our daily routine, it's like you open up Instagram, like you're gonna see a few memes in there.
Memes,
like, you follow at
any
least, like,
any
couple,
page, not any page, any social media. Definitely. What would you say is like the most used social media? Not for yourself first.
Do you know what? Probably still Instagram. Like
for the same purpose for memes or.
Yeah, memes and that. It's generally how I stay up to date with like what's going on. Like I don't really use the Bird. I've never really used the Bird app like as much. Twitter. I'm just not like.
Strange now, X.
Yeah, whatever it is, like especially since like Musk came in. And,
I know he's coming for Elon.
Especially like, but the one good thing that I'll say that Twitter or X or whatever still has is the what's that thing, like the fact checkers that they've got.
The fact checkers.
Fact checkers.
What's a fact checker? Why have I not seen this?
It's like the
facts.
Community notes. That's what they call it.
Why have I not seen this?
It's like under a tweet, like if someone's tweeting, like I don't know.
Oh, do you mean like there's like an ad thing?
No, not like a tweet. It's more like a sub. Like
I know what you mean.
Whatever.
And there's a few different things.
Yeah, and then there's like words to say like this is wrong, or like this is
But you like
actually
that?
happened. Yeah, I'd like because it's like, especially with like the spread of like misinformation and stuff, like it's that type of stuff is necessary.
Do you think like Twitter's misused then?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
what sense? Like, what would you use Twitter for, and what do you feel like people are using it for instead?
Well,
would you use Twitter for memes?
Yeah, but I mean, because like, I think that the whole point of Twitter, I don't really think appeals to me anyway.
Yeah, in general,
because it's a lot of text. It's people saying stuff.
It's like mature Facebook. In some ways, not even mature.
I don't know if I used the word mature.
Okay, maybe not mature. I mean, like boomer Facebook. No, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say?
It's
not Karen. But it is Karen.
No, if anything, I feel like it's like
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But I don't know what the right words is.
It's like when you have like, well, obviously none of us have had kids in it, but it's like when you have like the firstborn, you have the secondborn, and then the third child. just like really naughty in it.
Yeah,
like, I feel like that's what Twitter is. I feel like that's what I feel like Facebook is probably like the
naughty
it's
child.
like the Facebook is like the oldest like child in it.
Yeah,
and then in the middle you have like I don't know like what the Instagram, and then
Twitter,
and then Twitter.
No, but I feel like that's TikTok. But even though
TikTok,
in the same
TikTok
way,
is like
but it's
TikTok. I feel like TikTok is like the adopted child almost
of
like because like of I don't know whatever.
I think of Instagram. It's the naughty Instagram.
What, like Instagram's a second child?
No, TikTok is the second child.
TikTok is the second child
of Instagram. Because I know Twitter tried to do it with the stories and that. I'm not including Snapchat. Snapchat is not involved in this.
But to be fair, I feel like Snapchat. I feel like Snapchat pioneered the whole idea of stories.
That's true, actually.
Like yeah. No, they did stories, and then Instagram did stories.
TikTok,
and then obviously by extension Facebook, because then obviously Facebook and Instagram are literally just linked.
Yeah. Meta, innit? Something like that.
Yeah. That's like the parent. That's like the parent company.
Mm-hmm.
But
even Twitter had it at one point. Twitter had stories. Twitter had stories.
They did, didn't they?
They did. Not for a long period of time.
But what happened?
I don't think it was working. I think like Twitter is not meant for that. Like it's not meant to be as interactive as like Instagram and all of that. I feel like it is just a matter of like people post their shit and go by with their lives. Whereas Instagram is more for like interaction. I think Twitter is like more of like a personal diary for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like they don't really think people are paying too much attention. That's why people be like, I've been guilty of it. They've been posting like what bad has happened today. Guys, I don't know, like some stupid shit in it, and then they'll realize, oh, people actually read it, I might delete it after. I've been guilty of it. We all have. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a personal, like a digital diary.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, but I feel like, again, not to keep harping on this like Musk thing, innit? But it's like since he like a lot of changes have like happened, innit? Like because then obviously you've got like the For You page now, but it's just like all just people who are. I found out this term literally today, like probably hours ago. Impression farming. Like that's the thing that you do on like essentially just like it's just like when like when you're basically just because with like the Twitter check marks you can get paid based on tweets, innit? But then it's based on like the amount of impressions that you get, and also you get paid at the end of the month. So like that's why you always see. I didn't even know this was the trend because I don't spend that much time on Twitter, innit? But apparently like you always see like the most like sort of inflammatory, like the wildest tweets like at the end of the month, innit? Because people are just trying to
get the Twitter check.
Because they're literally impression farming.
That's
crazy. So like that's a thing.
So like funny,
but it's just like Twitter's turned into almost like this competition, but it's like the normal person doesn't use Twitter like that.
No,
like,
that's true.
Uses it like a personal
digital
diary.
That's true. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then now you just get like a bunch of just basically just BS that because people just spewing BS because like it's they're incentivized to.
Yeah.
So
that's true. But in that Instagram, what about TikTok? We need to get into your TikTok. Nimi, I need to come for you for this one because Nimi hasn't posted on TikTok since a year ago.
Probably.
No, it was a year ago. I checked earlier.
Oh wow, okay. Wow, damn.
Because I was like, Nimi, like you're slacking. You did so well on TikTok as well the year before.
Okay, nothing actually happened in it. I think it was just like
you got lazy.
And obviously and like
adult life.
Yeah. Like it's easy because literally when I was banging out TikToks, I literally had no job.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember this was before I started like, actually working? So like, it's easy to like make like 2-3.
But then you were doing small on the side when you had job because you were making your job like TikToks not at work but like in your work uniform and stuff like that. Like or like not about your job.
Yeah.
But but you know what I mean, like car TikTok, like that's something that you obviously like. It's like your niche.
Yeah, and to be fair, I guess it's sort of an excuse and a reason at the same time. It was less just again because it's like you notice that like I'll do one thing like with the meme page and then I don't know if it's probably not a good trade to be fair.
What?
Like if I'm just, like
stopping.
Like yeah, like just sort of I'll do like one thing, sort of bounce onto another, then do another thing, and then do another thing, and then do another thing.
But I think that's because as a creative, you have so many ideas. Like you do just want to do all of these things because if you didn't, like you'd be like, oh, I could be missing out on something. Yeah.
But also, like you could also feel paralyzed in the sense that okay, I've got so many different interests and like things I want to pursue. But it's like I don't know where to start with like one of them. Like, do I do one or the other? Or, like
it's
two
hard,
at the same time. So it's like
it's hard.
And there is a lot of things specifically, obviously to do with cars and like because my career and everything that I do want to pursue in terms of making content for it as well.
Yeah, on the side, not just for your job. You mean?
No, I guess.
Or in combination.
I guess it's inevitable, isn't it? Like, like if I'm making content about cars and literally where I work and everything, so that's spoiler. Like I'm
no, but you were doing it before, like, and I think it's good to get back into because you have that passion, you're good at it, and you're very funny. Like, do you know what I mean? Not to make your head big or anything. Like every time you was post, careful. Not like every time you was like making TikToks before, like it was getting a lot of interaction. Like
to be fair,
because it was memeable.
Like to this day,
it's your
like,
personality.
To this day, like, I haven't posted in a year, and like till this day, I still get like bare like
notifications,
and stuff. Like
that's sick. Though.
That's sick, and like same goes for obviously the videos that I'm doing for the TikTok at work as well, because that was another thing. Like, because then I'd started like the TikTok at work, so like my TikTok, I'll just open TikTok and just be like the one.
Who make it all the time?
Yeah. Like like it was literally just be like the BMW one, and then
guys,
like,
Nimi works for BMW.
Yeah,
like so you guys don't know.
So it would literally just be that, and then I'm like, okay, I'll sort of focus on making content on this as well. So trying to balance the two, and then trying to figure out how I wanted to maybe merge the two and so, but probably in essence, I probably just did get lazy. Yeah. Like it was just
I feel like it happens to the best of us, like we all do, and I feel like the time that we all got not all, I mean like where we got lazy, because obviously we was doing stuff before, like we probably just needed that, like I think it was more that social media break. That's why we got lazy, because like I stopped taking photos for a long time. I stopped like even going to like just social events here because I needed that away time from people in general. And just to focus on my adult life. I think that's what we needed because we were so like out there, like we're doing this, we're doing this. Like I think it was very needed, and I think in your eyes, would you see it as a regret, or you're happy you did that?
No, absolutely. Like I think I just needed to have a normal life.
Yeah.
Like for a bit, like just experience, like because it was very like.
You've always been doing something before uni, during uni, after uni. Like you're always doing something.
And it's like when you're constantly like, I guess like putting yourself out there, it's like it is a risk at the end of the day. Like everything's a risk at the end of the day. And it's 100%. Like you're constantly like risking. Like obviously there'll be some failures, there'll be some successes along the way. But it's like you learn along the way, innit? But also it can sort of take its toll on you in the sense that okay, I'm still doing this, I'm doing this, but because I'm not focusing on this, then I'm moving on this new risk.
Do you feel like when you are focusing on your content things, do you feel like maybe you're neglecting yourself in other ways? Like, do you know how to balance it all?
I think my main issue is not even necessarily the balance aspect. it's more like the return, like the reward. Yeah, the return on investment, like. But also, I think a lot about longevity, and if I can't really see me doing myself something for, like, me
long term,
doing something like long term, because I was like, well, like, what's the meaning? Like, okay, like, why am I like really actually doing this? And I think especially with like the meme page and everything, it was like it was a spur of the moment thing. That if you've got a niche, like, it's easier to stay focused, I guess, in terms of what you need to post. Whereas, like, if you've got like a generalized meme page, for example, like, you're posting about current events, you're posting about just general memes and stuff like that. So for the type of sort of profile brand you need to create, you need to be ready to post a few times a day.
Yeah, you need to be consistent with it. You need to be.
Yeah, like you need to
put all your energy on, not all of it, but a lot of your energy onto it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were saying before. Sorry, like where you have so many ideas, you might want to start the meme page, you might want to do the car content. You know what I mean? Like, you want to do all of these things, you have to pick your one niche.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like obviously after everything with the studio, like, I was quite lucky to, I guess, quite quickly find like this job in something that I'd sort of neglected for quite a while. I remember, obviously, I told you, like, before, like, I used to literally go around with the camera and like go to London and then Vol. I literally remember one specific. This was time ago, 2011, I think. I'll see if I can find like, scrub up like the picture of me and like a friend, and we were in like this Lamborghini dealership in London.
Crazy. At 11, they literally had no questions.
No, like literally, like, and the weirdest thing, like, the weirdest thing is, like, I don't know if it's like me or if it's just because, like, probably tap the mic there, but I don't know if it's just like, if it's just because it's me, or it's just because, like, I have the balls to do that. That, like, I talk to people, like, literally. I remember one time, I'm gonna get back to what I was saying, by the way. I literally remember one time, I had this. It was kind of like my neighbor. Like, he lived like sort of like a down the road from me.
Is it London now?
No, yeah. This was like back when I lived in London. Yeah. And I must have been. I was 14. Yeah, I remember. I was literally 14 years old. Yeah. And then I walked up to him. Literally knocked on his door. Like, I don't know what the, like. This is probably like a son. I was just like I don't know what he's doing. Like,
you didn't care either.
But it's like, yeah, but in like an innocent way.
No,
like,
yeah, no, I get you.
It's like, oh, nice car. Like,
let me just go say hi.
I've got a camera. Like, I've got this YouTube channel where I do like cool cars and stuff like that. I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And then,
do you remember what car it was?
Oh, of
course. Of course. Memory is there.
It was a Lotus Evora S. In British racing green.
The only thing I think of Lotus is chocolate.
I'll see if I can find all this footage again. I should be able to.
Yeah.
I still remember.
That's crazy if you still have that footage. Me, I barely have footage from yesterday.
Yeah, because it's literally just all still on YouTube, isn't it? I just privatized that.
Oh, okay, you privatized it. Makes sense.
Did I?
Please don't say you deleted it.
No. Actually, no. I think they're still up. I think they're still up.
Probably under like a hard name to find.
No, I privatized another set of YouTube videos, which again, it was like
different
another
channel,
sort of
or just different channel. Okay.
Yeah, and that was more like me and like skits and stuff. Oh my gosh! Wow! It's like dead. Yeah, like I've done so many of these different. It's like they're sort of like experimenting in it, but now I think with everything that I've learned, when I go into it, it's gonna be a lot more focused.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
But then I do also think, like, it's like, even though it's focused, still have fun with it. Yeah. Because that's your personality. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're not a serious person. Like, obviously, you're a lot different to when I met you before. But that's because we grow as adults, and it's very normal. We learn, like you say, from what we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm still excited, obviously, because it's like. If anything, you think because I literally work in a car dealership that at the end of the day, like, I'll be sick of cars. It's like, no, like,
passion for it more.
I love them. Yeah. It's like, yeah, like, it's just something that I'm just so naturally inclined to like being interested in.
Yeah.
And again, it's like it's making that switch from consumer to producer.
Yeah. I think that's always the hardest bit for someone creating though, because you have to think you can't think of yourself as like always a viewer of your own. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be like, oh, this is how I want to be not even be perceived, but how I want to do, because I enjoy doing it this way, not how somebody else expects me to do it. Because sometimes people force personality onto you.
Yes, but also, again, it's almost like if you're a writer and then like you're spending all your time like reading books, like you're assuming inevitably like you're going to like take some of that in, and that's gonna come out in, you know, obviously what you create.
Yeah.
So like even with that, like now, sort of like I'll find myself like almost like analyzing like someone's like page, and I'm like, oh, I really like this video. Why do I like this video? Like, what is it that from there that I can learn? It's like, but it's like a lot of the time, like, you know what to do, innit?
Yeah.
Like, you know the right thing to do, innit? Like, there's you can only watch like so many tutorial videos and like how to do this, but it's like you've really just gotta like you've just gotta just start in it. Like, you've got to start somewhere. And it's like we always have this thing of when I get this, then, and then when I get this,
but
then.
That's just a way of like delaying yourself from like doing it.
Yeah, because there's always going to be that thing. Yeah, there's always going to be that thing that you need to do.
Yeah,
like there's going to be that thing that you need to do before you get this, and then it's like, okay, now will be good.
And I feel like in our situation, we had probably a lot in the situation we probably would have dreamed of, if that makes sense. So like, we probably know because we've had that before. Like, you can't wait, because even when we had it, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things we could have done in that time.
Yeah.
So it's like, probably in that situation, like, that's us telling you, like, just go and do it. Like, don't wait, or when I get a new camera, when I get my own place, I'll make content, or when I get a car, do you know what I mean? Like, just do it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like, if you were doing it at 14, I'm pretty sure like we're probably how many pixels did you say?
I kind of remember. I've still got the case for that, and that's the thing. I guess probably for situations like this, like, I don't throw stuff away. Like, a lot of stuff that, because I got the camera for my birthday, innit? So it had like it doesn't even work anymore at this point. But I've still got a lot of the footage. Like, I remember like I went to New York, took pictures there. Like, still got those pictures like saved on my hard drive. Like, I just don't throw stuff away. Like, I haven't thrown away like the case and all that stuff. So probably find out actually.
Yeah.
But
please.
and it is. I guess it's rewarding in a sense that, like, especially at work, like coming in and like creating all that different content is something that people hadn't seen before, innit?
Yeah.
And it's something that I had to sort of almost adjust to, because, you know, like having a studio and being surrounded by so many different like creators and things like that it almost becomes normal.
Yeah, when you don't have that, it's a bit
weird. And you sort of forget how, like, to the average person, like,
they don't know.
Like, they've never, like, you start talking about CapCut and DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro and all that. So I was like, I don't know.
Or even like, Canva. I had to teach people at work how to use Canva. And that's like something like you think,
like every day I use Canva. Or WeTransfer it to me.
Yeah, WeTransfer. What's that? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, so it's you forget it's something that
not the average person.
Yeah, the average person just doesn't like create, innit?
But I think that also differentiates you from not a normal, but like the like, general, human being, not human being. You know what I'm saying?
Just like the common person, like just like
Yeah.
The people.
The people, the outsiders.
the normal folk. But yeah, some people just, again, it's like the whole thing with like the consumers and like the producers, isn't it? Like, it's always like I always see it as like a 90-10 like split. Like 90% are the consumers and then like the 10% are like the producers, in it. And it only works in the sense that you need to have a lot more consumers than producers, isn't it? Like if everyone was like making content, in it, like who's gonna be watching?
Who's gonna
like
be
everyone's
watching?
just
and also I feel like a lot of people need, like you said earlier about not waiting, like don't wait to find like your partner to do something. Like I don't mean like your long life partner. I mean like someone create like your content partner. Do you know what I mean? Like don't wait to always find that, because sometimes like doing that will just delay it. Like you just need to like actually think, if you have that passion so much, you're just gonna do it.
Yeah, you would. Like, it's something you would naturally do. And again, it's like, I think it's like going back to the whole thing of obviously when I was a kid, making content and all that stuff. Like there was no resistance to me. Like I would go to places that I knew had a higher, like, you had a higher chance of like seeing like supercars and stuff. I would go, I'll spend money. I'd hop on the train sometimes. I hop on like buses on that stuff. Yeah, like
Where did your parents think you were going to school?
No, like I told them they knew.
Okay,
like they knew, like
and they were okay with it.
And they were okay with
That's
it. Like
good.
Obviously, I've been very privileged, and it is a privilege.
Yeah, to be able to do those things.
Like to be able to do that, obviously for your parents to be able, because obviously you think that Nigerian parents like, so what's that? Well, no, like I've actually had, to be fair, like I've actually had like a good experience in that they've really been supportive, like all the stuff. To be fair, I haven't necessarily like gone out of my way to make stupid decisions that don't make sense. I think, but it's like
you still did like the normal thing, like the normal thing they would expect their child to do. Like you didn't, like you said, you didn't rebel. Like you still like probably like, especially with ethnic parents or Nigerian parents, like you still like went through education, stuff like that. So it's not like education, no, like you still did all of that plus the creation, content creating. So
so I think that whole thing, like, it just goes back to the whole like, I just did it because it was just me. Like, and it sort of goes two ways in that you hold on.
Alright. I think like I do understand what you say. Like you need to.
I had an itch in the back of my throat.
Oh god.
I can feel it, but I didn't want to like
make that noise. Just ASMR. No, I get it. I feel like in this day and age as well, especially like if you were doing it from such a young kid, sometimes you might like look back and think, I wish I just carried on doing that.
Oh my
thing.
gosh!
Like, what would you say?
God! But then again, it's like, well, my grandmother had wheels, should be a bike, innit? Like it's the whole like, of course you would. Like, of course you would, but it's like,
what do you think like was the not reason, but why do you think like maybe you didn't carry on with it? Because you look at people like KSI, Sidemen, all of them guys, they carried on doing it at such a young age, and look where they are now.
It's probably just school, innit? Like for me, the main thing was just like school, innit? But I think, to be fair, I feel like that it was probably like an excuse, innit? Because like KSI went to school and all the Sidemen, they all did the thing on the side, like when they went to school, innit? So like it's more just how important is it to you
at the time.
I guess like that time.
But as a child, like you also don't know like what's important, what's not, because it's your surroundings. Their childhood would have been very different to your childhood, as well as my childhood journey. It's all different, because even as a child myself, we were creating content as well, my cousins and stuff like that. Like I think it is just your upbringing that will kind of help. Because imagine, like, as children, like, we all did it. Not all of us are going to make it out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even if we did carry on doing it, who's to say that we're at their level?
Exactly. So. And anything can, anything can sort of happen, in it. And there's that's why it's sort of not dangerous, but that's why it's like
it's a risk.
You have to be careful, especially when you're thinking,
Yeah.
you know, what would have happened like if I did this, because there's no telling like the trajectory, innit? Like maybe you creating could, you know, lead you to finding a job and you don't even create it anymore. You just like work for this like you know, company that noticed you because of your videos or whatever. I don't know, like anything can happen because of anything, innit? So
this is gonna be very controversial because you said about company, but like I know you're working for BMW. Is there a company or a brand in the world that you would be your dream, like collab, or
do you know what? Here's the
car that you would want to like work with?
Do you know? Here's the funny thing. The funny thing, like, I could have really worked for any. It's just that happened to see BMW and they were hiring at the time, so I said okay, and I just got the job.
But do you think that's because of not convenience?
It is.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
out
of in the whole world, like convenience was not a thing. You had all of these like companies saying, "Nimi, I want you. Do you know what I mean? Like, who would be the one to be like, yeah, you're hired. Like you're gonna be taken.
Do you know what?
Their deals.
Do you know what? Okay. At the time, like right before I was hired, if you'd asked me who did I want to work for in that general area, because we've got BMW and we've got Mercedes, like, and then Audi down the road, I would have probably said Mercedes.
But I'm not talking about just down the road.
Yeah, but in general.
Not like Tesla, Rolls Royce, none of that.
I mean, well, I guess Rolls Royce is sort of part of like the BMW group anyway. But I do like Ferrari though. It's
my first favorite car.
Like
Ferrari 458.
Yeah.
That's the car.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because that's my oh my gosh.
That's the car. I'm Googling it in school. Like, this is the car I want, guys.
Do I want people to?
Your dream car.
No,
we haven't even spoke about that.
Yeah, because that is literally like that's like my aspirational, like, because like you have like
Ferrari,
different levels in it. It's like it's like, oh, this is the car that I want now that can realistically sort of afford it. And this is the car that I want. Okay, if I do a bit better, and like this is like it's like money no object. Ferrari 458, like hands down.
What color?
Like, I'll probably go white with white with like.
But then I do like a black.
Red calipers and like a red interior, like proper like Larry spec, and then have like the black. Because they had this thing where like you could make the top of the car like black. And it was just like sick because you have like two colors and you have like black and red and black and white and black and yellow and black and it was like it's like really cool.
Customize it too.
Yeah, like I literally remember it was literally an episode of Top Gear. I can't remember what it was called, but they all went to New York, innit? And they all had like different cars. James had the Ferrari actually. It was in yellow. Was it red? No, it was yellow.
I don't know how I feel about a yellow Ferrari, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, no, it looks cool in that. It looks cool in that. Giallo Modena, they used to call it.
What?
Yeah, Giallo. Because that's like it's Italian for for yellow, innit?
Yellow,
so he had that. Jeremy had a Mercedes, and Richard had a Porsche.
I do like a Merc.
Yeah, the Merc. Oh, that Merc was so sick because like had like it's called the SLS and they had like gull wing doors, so like doors literally like. Yeah, they went up like a.
Well, like they lifted up.
Yeah, like they literally lifted up from like the top. They were hinged at the top, innit?
Like
and then they lift up like that. Yeah.
Because you get some Ferraris that lift up like that way. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this one lifted up like wings.
Yeah. More
crazy.
More because Ferrari are sort of. Ferrari's a bit like. They're a bit uptight, innit? Like they're more like Lamborghinis, like the No, but like but this is known. Like, this is a known thing. Like Ferrari is Lamborghini's sort of like again like the rebellious like sort of younger brother in that they don't really not that they don't care, but like they're not as protective as their brand image as Ferrari is to theirs. Because Ferrari, to be fair, they have a lot of racing heritage and they've existed before Lamborghini. Lamborghini actually exists because of Ferrari. Because the owner of Lamborghini was having problems with his Ferrari and went to the owner and he told him to
do better.
No, he told him to F off.
Yeah, like do better.
Yeah, like the owner of Ferrari told him as a customer of one of his cars to like F off, like there's nothing wrong with the car. So we created Lamborghini.
And that's how
Lamborghini exists. Yeah.
Maybe you should do that. You should make your own brand of the
car. Gosh, at this point, I mean that's
right. Nothing's too far.
Yeah, that's
out the window.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe in like 2085 they invent some.
2085. How old will we be then? Like 90?
I don't know. I feel like 85, 86, but we'll see.
No, even though
if they have some life extending technology or whatever by then.
Or like the cars now that apparently like drive itself and fly and all of that.
Yeah, like autonomous driving is
that stresses me out.
Yeah, there's several different levels. Like the early levels have been in our lives for quite a while, like cruise control and all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's like to a certain extent.
Yeah,
it's not to the point that
fully autonomous. It does exist. Like it does exist.
Yeah.
But it's more like in sort of like specialist like cars and stuff. Like we're seeing like Ubers and all that stuff, that cars that drive themselves. And to be fair, like the technology, especially in the upper end of it, like is really good.
Yeah.
It's like whenever you mass produce anything, like you're guaranteed to lose quality, or like you're guaranteed for like issues to happen because like you're distributing this at a mass scale.
Level, yeah.
So like imagine, okay, like during your testing, in like controlled and safe conditions, yes, this car automatically recognized this obstacle that you've conveniently placed there.
Yeah.
Like and you've created this perfect course for it to go around, and okay, 100% pass. Like take that car out on the road now, and like you've got all these different suddenly you've got all these different variables.
Wasn't that a thing with like Tesla?
Yeah. Like even still now, like because either some people will take advantage of it, some people will manipulate it in like a certain way, some people will just abuse it and I don't know, they'll fall asleep at the wheel or whatever. Where it's like,
but that's crazy. That's irresponsible.
Yeah,
that's really, really irresponsible. Like you're in like a metal container.
Yeah, but the
on
question,
wheels.
But the question always like goes back to. Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, the question always goes back to like, okay, who's
responsible?
Who's to blame? Like, is it the car? Is it the driver? Or is it Tesla? Like
all of these things. Yeah.
So it's that sort of back and forth. Because obviously the driver doesn't want to be blamed.
No.
Like even if it's like objectively their fault. Tesla obviously.
But then it's also getting to the point where like that is the issue. Like in terms of like letting drivers fall asleep on a car is crazy.
Yeah, I mean a lot of cars nowadays will have like an attentiveness. Even my car's got it. It's like an attentiveness alert. Yeah, where it's like if you fall asleep, like it will
like make a noise.
Yeah, like
how will it know? Like, it has like camera. Like
yeah, there's more like it's more like sensors. Like a lot of BMWs like have.
What if you're wearing shades, like sunglasses?
I don't know. I guess.
Guys, we're gonna test
it. Yeah, we're gonna
test it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess you'd have to be. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that obviously go into it as a.
So it's just. Yeah, and they spend like millions and millions and millions for like these safety stuff, and it's it's. Some people can see it as sort of intrusive. Some people see obviously the whole self-driving thing as you're not learning how to drive and all that stuff, but honestly, like you could say that for anything. Like deep it, like I saw this thing about like this auto parking feature on like a car, I don't know, like China or something like that. And I see the comments, and I see like a bunch of people saying, oh, this is gonna make people worse drivers and all that stuff, but it's like
automatic is making people worse drivers.
Yeah, but even that is like, isn't the whole point of technology to make our lives easier? Like,
but not too easy where people lose like focus and like brain cells. Like, because I feel like it's gonna get too easy to the point that people are not gonna be even checking like their mirrors and stuff like that because the sensor. But then it could be something that's so light or so small
or
that
it's like in your
doesn't pick
blind
up the
spot or whatever.
sensor or something like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's still a matter of like it's allowing people to be lazy with things as
well.
Yeah.
It's true, but I always think of things like in like a more historical sense. Okay. Because like history always repeats itself. And it's like these things have always like these issues have always existed, but like in a different like form.
Scale.
Yeah. Because like deep it, like we don't hunt for our food anymore.
No.
Like
we get people to do it for us.
Well, yeah, and you
how
have
do you think we get chicken
and all of that stuff? Yeah, but like in like the world we live in now, like things like are a lot more convenient. Yeah, and obviously it's just going to get more convenient as technology advances because like the whole point of it is to make our lives easier, but also in doing that,
there's risks.
Yeah, and like anything that's like distributed on like a mass scale is like always comes with like some form of risk. So it's like it probably would like make us lazier, like it probably would, but it's like we've been on that trajectory for a very long time.
No, it's
true. Like this is just like one of the like deeper like we have.
That's why I do feel sorry for scientists and people like that because you're constantly having to
sort of innovate. But then again,
it's hard, guys.
But then again, it's like what we talked about with the whole creatives thing. It's like if that's just you, like some people are just like I'd consider myself to be like a curious person, but not necessarily in the sense that okay, if I want to find out why volcanoes exist, I'm not going to go out and like I'm just okay, let's research in it. Yeah. Some people like I want to know.
But do you know what? There's not many people like that in the world anymore. Yeah, is that what you're trying to get to?
But I feel like no.
Okay.
Well, no, not to like no. But I feel like no. I feel like to say that is a almost like pessimistic view.
Okay, I hear it.
Just because
I'm being like, generalist.
Yeah, but I feel like we've got to where we are now because they've always been like.
That's true.
They are always going to be a select
there are
few.
people, but that's a select few of creatives then. Mm-hmm. There's not everyone's going to be creative.
No, but I don't think it's ever been that way.
No,
like, and it's always ever been like it's always ever been like that small group of people.
It's a niche of people who do it.
Who wonder and then they say like, how do I do this? Like I want to do this, and then they just go out and then just do it, and then they just like they lead the path for like things to just happen, innit? And I think that those people will always exist, and I guess it seems that way because we're so used to seeing what's happening, whereas a lot of like advancements and things throughout history have just been like people that have just been in the background, like we never noticed them.
One question that I wanted to ask you because I don't think I've ever asked you this question. Mm-hmm. Because obviously you come from like an engineering background, like you studied engineering and mechanical engineering,
yeah.
At uni, got first. Is the brains?
So but But
like,
I did alright.
How come like you made the decision to not go down that route? Because we were talking about niche people. There's certain people that will not specialize in a certain aspect or whatever or field. You obviously have the brains and the creativity. How come you wanted to you could have gone into like an engineering in BMW or like more like the production side of it or anything like that? How come you decided to do more the creation side of it?
I just don't want to be stuck in like a lab or like a factory all day.
So it's not
that's the very like short like bridge down to like the real answer is like
it doesn't interest you as much.
Essentially I basically studied initially I was actually going to study automotive engineering specifically. But literally someone from shout out to Daniel, he's probably not watching this.
I know Daniel.
No, like
home
I'm talking from sixth form, when I was still like deciding what course I was going to do when I got to uni.
Shout out Daniel.
Shout out to Daniel. He lives in Bulgaria now.
Crazy.
Yeah, he Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is like a Nigerian guy that lives in Bulgaria. He's doing like a medical degree or whatever.
Yeah. Do you know? I know someone I went to school with. Does medicine in Bulgaria too.
Yeah.
That's very normal.
Apparently it's a thing.
Because you pay for it there.
Oh,
like
is it?
Like in terms of, like, you don't have to get the. I'm not saying that Daniel didn't.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
that.
Yeah. But I mean, like, obviously, it's harder to get into medicine in the UK than it is abroad. Because it's really hard to get, like, it's not just the grades that you need. It's like a specific, like, because you go to interviews for medicine.
Yeah.
So it's a specific, like, personality and like
what
you did and stuff like that. It's more to it. It's so hard, medicine, because I know a lot of people at school that tried to do it.
Okay, I didn't know like your.
You have interviews, like, you have interviews. You have like tests, so you have to do like. Oh my god, I just said. What are you doing? To be fair,
I know a few people like in the medical field, and they've always just been in school.
Yeah,
like they're either just on placement or they're just in school.
Yeah,
and it's like I've known you for like years, and it's like for most of the time I know you've just been in school.
Like yeah, like,
it really doesn't end.
It's hard.
But then like doctors and lawyers as well.
Yeah, but it depends how far you want to go into. Being
true.
a lawyer.
Yeah, like a barrister, like a judge, and all that stuff. Yeah, and even that you have to like work in your.
And a lot of people that study law don't go to that process. They don't go through that process whatsoever. Like they'll go into like social work. That's it.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, but what's that?
Yeah, sorry, Daniel. So shout out to Daniel.
Yeah. Because he was the one that advised me to do mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
Because it's more broad, and I could like, essentially like
specialize into something else.
Yeah, specialize in something else, like get into like sort of any career. Because like even like accounting and finance and stuff like that, they hire quite a lot of engineers.
To be fair, like obviously in my job we deal with a lot of mechanical engineers, and like it's so broad, like the amount of things that you can go into, and it just looks good, like regardless of what job you're going into. Like I'm just like, did mechanical engineering? I was like, amazing. Don't care what you got in it, amazing. You got the job.
And I have obviously, so obviously not a lot of people know this, but I was in the process of doing my masters, and then obviously when we caught up with everything, like I had to. But I actually did get a diploma for it. Like they sent me like they sent me like the certificate essentially.
So like, how many years was that masters?
It was only a year.
Oh, but they still give you. That's good.
But for the stuff that. Essentially, like the stuff that I did, and like they.
That's good though.
Like, I still got like a diploma for that as well. I might go back. Might go back and just like actually
just finish it, just say you did it
one day, and just say that I did it, But even with my degree, I didn't even use it in getting this job that I've got now.
Really? So they didn't look at it.
No. It was more just based off my sort of personality and initiative and like relationship to like the manager and stuff like that. I think that really got me the job, and obviously my skill set as well in terms of like editing. And
this is what I keep on telling people, like especially in the creative industry, you need to have a personality.
Yeah,
like you can't just be someone who knows everything, or you can't be someone who just does everything. Like you need to be all-round personality. Like you could be good at like just editing or like just taking videos or being good in front of the camera because you talk well, like you have the voice for it. Like I said to you before, like adverts, you could do adverts or acting. Do you remember I said this? Relax. But like you could be but like if you don't have a personality outside of that, like brands are not hitting you up, no one actually is invested in your life. Like I know it sounds so harsh, but it's so true.
And it's why we like celebrities. It's like it's literally why we Drake tweeted he likes strawberries. Oh, he's so relatable.
Like I like strawberries too.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's just like me for real. Like,
but they are. They're normal people before they became famous.
Yeah. And it's like you sort of attach yourself to that. Like you attach yourself to someone's like personality. Like that's what makes you. That's what makes people like people in it.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, like at the end of the day, like people are always going to be interested in like people.
That's true.
It's like if there's no aura around you that makes people sort of, not to sound like one crystal girl or something, but but it's like
okay, it's true. Like you have to show yourself as a whole, not just what you know for that like niche.
Because especially like even to relate to what I'm doing at work, like a lot of it's very technical. A lot of it's like, you know, dealing with of operating systems and software reboots and like features and functions and park assist and all of that stuff. So it's like a lot of it's very technical, and trying to explain it to people, like you need to sort of, you can't just splurge the information out at them. Like you need to deliver it in a way that they'll be able to understand and like appreciate. So
No, definitely.
so yeah, you need to have a personality test.
That is a big thing, and I keep on telling, you know, people that even when we had like the studio, I kept on saying to everyone, be a person, be a normal person, like
Yeah.
have personality, showcase it, because people invested in you, they love you for you, not just because of what you look like, as well as what you write or how you are on camera. Like,
Yeah.
there's something I realized, because I was behind the camera a lot of the time, and I was like, no, like I'm actually, I got a good personality. Why not showcase it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and people, some people will be invested in it, some people won't. It's not for everyone.
Exactly.
And I think
Yeah,
that's what you have to remember. Like, you're not doing it for everyone.
Yeah.
You're doing it for your niche.
Yeah.
Like
And I think it's like the whole sort of entitlement, expecting that people that you know should automatically, like, I guess from like a courtesy sense, like support what you do and all that stuff, but you're not making it for them.
No,
like you're making content for your niche, like that, and that's much
but also
larger
for yourself.
Than, like, and exactly, like for yourself. Cause
that's
what
we were saying earlier. You gotta have fun.
Yeah, because like if you lose yourself, like in all of it, like what's it all been for?
And you're not gonna have, like, if you haven't got a niche yet, you're not gonna have people telling you like, oh, you know, Asha or Nimi, you haven't made TikToks for a long time, you haven't been on YouTube for a long time, you haven't been on this social media. Like, you're not gonna have that until you actually build your niche.
Yeah.
So you have to do it for yourself in the beginning, and then after, that's why you see like a lot of YouTubers now, because obviously I love YouTube, innit? See a lot of YouTubers now, like they don't post on their channel because they did it for themselves in the beginning. Now they're doing it because that's their job.
Yeah.
And essentially, like, their niche is asking them every day, where are you? Like, that's why you see all like all of these YouTubers on like either Foot Asylum or JD or like anything, do you know what I mean, that is in their show, like even Channel 4, like, do you know what I mean? It's something, not just always their show, their channel, sorry.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, you hit it the nail on the head, like you do it for yourself as well as your niche. One thing that I feel like, though, no, sorry, not feel like, that I want to ask, because it's like I said, you do for yourself, but what would be like your biggest challenge for yourself? Forget like your own anxiety with it and all of that. Actually, no, include your own anxiety too. Like, what would be your biggest challenge, and what stopped you? Like, other than you said laziness, what's your biggest challenge from doing, you know, from creating and all that?
I think it's probably the thing that plagues everyone the most. It's just the consistency aspect of it.
Yeah, everyone
it's
says
just like
this.
You know, and I find myself sort of in almost like a middle period, because it's like, okay, low consistency is better than no consistency.
That's true.
But
very real.
We find ourselves like,
actually, like, no, I like that.
Yeah.
Because no, like, everyone just says consistency, but low consistency is better than no consistency. I like, like, you actually did something there.
I'm spitting.
No, you actually did something. Low consistency is better than no consistency. Crazy, bro. I need to write that.
Off the dome, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you actually. Nah, because that's gonna be on my head.
I'm here a week, man. I'm here a week.
Yeah, he actually is. You only next door.
I literally only live next door.
Crazy.
But it's like,
I like that.
But we always find ourselves like at this point, it's like I need to have everything in it. Yeah. It needs to be. I need to post every day, and if I don't post every day, then there's no point doing this at all.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's
you just you have to do it, and obviously the idea is the aspiration is that you get to that point. But you need to start from somewhere, innit?
Do you feel like having a full-time job can affect that?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I think I also make a lot of excuses, in the sense that I can quite literally just dedicate a certain amount of time to doing that particular thing, because that's how it's going to work, isn't it? Yeah. And that's how it always starts. It's always like, oh, I started this side business, like,
Yeah.
you know, when I got home from work and all of that stuff. And it's like, well, I need to pay the bills, but I also have this like thing that's like constantly
On your
sort of
mind.
on my mind that okay,
Yeah.
I want to start. I want to start. How do I go about this? And it's like, well, like you need to just do it and then let it grow in that way rather than let it sort of like hypothetically grow in your head.
Yeah.
Amongst each other as well, because now,
Yeah.
like, even on YouTube and stuff, I'm sure you're probably seeing on your recommended list as well.
Yeah.
Like videos of people just talking in front of a camera is coming back.
Yeah.
Like literally just videos with a simple title.
Yeah.
Like, and like someone just sitting and talking in front of a camera for like anything for like 30 minutes, whatever.
That's it.
Like even from like smaller creators as well. I'm talking creators with like 100 subscribers. Like it's just being recommended because like now with like we're seeing a sort of resurgence of that. I think it got a bit crazy in like the late 2010s, 2017, 2018,
a lot of people were doing that.
A lot of people were doing like and there's a term for it now, like the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. Because like obviously like everyone's trying to be bigger and better and like.
But this is what I was saying to you earlier. Like, not everybody will make it to the point that they want to.
No.
Like, and that's also okay. Like, it's just a matter of being resilient and doing it for yourself and the people that your niche around you. Like, and I think as long as you kind of accept that and come to terms with it, then you'll be okay. Because like nothing else will matter as too much anyway, to a certain extent.
I think there has to be a healthy balance of okay, because initially I wanted to say like if it's just a part of you, you'll naturally just do it. But there's also a bit of a flaw in that. Like there's also like general discipline that needs to be involved in that as well. Like it's sort of like a balance of the two. Like okay, you need to be disciplined enough to do it in those days where you don't feel like doing it because it is just you, and like it's just something you need to remind yourself of. Like you know, like if you are an athlete, it doesn't matter whether it's raining outside. Because you are an athlete, you will do it. You have to go out and train. Like, it doesn't matter whether it's raining, it's snowing. It's just like it's like
that's your level of discipline, like you said.
Then, exactly. Yeah. It's just like it's a level of discipline that you essentially need to like form as a content creator, but anything in life. But like you know, if it's specifically talking about like you know creating content and things like that, like and it helps you like sort of dissuade some of your excuses as well. It's like. Okay, like this is which like I'm literally guilty.
We're all guilty of it, yeah.
Like I'm literally guilty of it. Like it's just we make like excuses because like we're comfortable in it. Like and it's
that's another thing. The issue of comfortability, like when it comes to like just doing it, but that comes in hand with discipline.
Yeah, and like you hear all these like it's like cheesy or whatever, but it is true because it's existed for how long? Like people talk about you know, like your job only pays you enough to kill your dreams or something. But it's like you hear that if it was that's a bit extreme. But it's like
could be true though.
Yeah. Because like okay, you're earning an income. Yeah, all right, cool. You want to earn more, like could be better, but hey, pays the bills. You know, at the end of the month, I can maybe save a little bit. Go on holiday a few times a month. I can still see my friend.
Crazy.
I mean, a few times
a year.
Job. It's just work from home. Yeah, right.
Yeah, literally.
But like go on holiday a few times a year.
Yeah.
Like okay, maybe you get a partner. Their partner's earning as well. You have some kids.
But then that's it. Like there's more challenges that come always with that.
Like see how. Like
that's
what you've gone from being single to now have like a whole family and all that stuff. It's like like over time, like if you're just comfortable like for a long time, it's just, life just happens to you.
But that's the thing, and you have to take the risks, guys. Risk taking is never like don't see it as a negative. I think it's sort of so scary when you first do it. Because
the idea of like risk, like you think like especially because it's probably something that's been taught to us by a parent. Like risk is something that should be avoided.
It's like alarming, yeah.
Like risk is like, no, don't risk it. Don't take that risk. Like don't do this. Like risk is something that's had such like a negative connotation. Like exactly, like
stresses me out even just thinking about risk.
Yeah,
like it's so bad.
Yeah, because it's something that we've been grown up. Like we've been, what's that word? We've been conditioned
into thinking
to avoid. Go to school. Don't do this thing. Don't take the risk. Yeah, exactly. Don't not go to school. Yeah, because
you will not have a career,
and you will not have a stable career. You will not have a stable job. So it's like all like we've been grown up to like we've been taught to avoid risk. To like we sort of need to be like I guess softer on ourselves in the sense that like this is literally just our conditioning.
We need to get risk completely up and out the window.
Yeah, it's just like it's redefining what risk is, because it's like anything's a risk, isn't it?
Everything. Just stepping outside is a risk.
Stepping outside is a risk.
Like
a bowling ball could fall on your head. It's not impossible. It's highly improbable. It's probably never gonna happen. But the chances aren't zero. Like anything can happen, innit? I seen this video on Reddit the other day. This guy just was on a pitch. It literally just happened like the other day. It's like, but it was like CCTV, so it looked like it was from like older. Guy got struck by lightning, bro.
See, you never think that would actually happen.
You never think that actually happened. He just got struck by lightning. He died. Literally just on the pitch. Like it just happened, didn't it? It's like when he woke up, he probably wasn't thinking that was a slight possibility. He was thinking what was gonna have for dinner. Like when he got home, like it's like. And obviously, I don't mean to get so morbid, like so quickly, but it's like it is true in it, and it's like the idea of like risk, like again, it needs to be redefined, because okay, you're taking a risk. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, like what did you learn?
And what can you do better next time? I feel like the word risk wouldn't be a word if it wasn't meant to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, that's a good way of looking at it as well. Like take the risk.
Take a risk, because otherwise, what's the point of it?
Yeah.
Like it's just comfortability at that point.
Yeah, because risk, you have risk on one end, and then obviously you have reward on the other.
Exactly.
Like it's what makes life interesting, isn't it? It's like it's literally it's these little things. Like it's why people like play the lottery as well. Like you're not going to
risk on £1.
yeah, exactly. Like you're probably not going to do it. Like you're probably not going to win. But the reward on the other end, like could be like massive. So it's like, okay, what's £3 if I win 3 million?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
£3 is nothing, and that's because I took that risk.
Yeah.
No, for real.
So that's really what it comes down to.
So if we're talking about risk, that means, and I say this seriously, Nimi, we need to see you back on TikTok.
I will come back. I am coming back.
Because you said you was doing
to what extent and how it's going to be
different.
Might be the same.
Okay.
Or
like that.
There might be something separate. Or it might be a combination of the two.
We just want to be back on TikTok.
Yeah. But coming back. You heard it here first.
We'll hold you accountable if you don't.
I've put it out there now. Okay, so I literally have to follow up.
He actually has to now at this point, because we've been Nimi deprived.
I've been.
It's been a whole year.
It's and a lot of it is really just sort of watching how the landscape has changed, because coming back to it, the TikTok I left is not the TikTok I'm coming back to. No. Like the landscape has definitely changed. Yeah.
Good. I like that.
But like but even like the landscape of like TikTok and like coming back to it as well. Like everything there have changed as well. Because like just like the communities and like not even like algorithms, but just like general culture and all that stuff on different apps moves really, really quickly.
I generally feel like if you came back to TikTok, it would change a lot of things. And that's because I know the value of the content before, and I don't know how like what's the word? How regular you're using TikTok at the moment. That's not the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. But it's changed massively, and I feel like if you did come back to TikTok, it would actually do like craziness. I'm not just saying that because you're my friend. Like I actually saying that with like chest, because like TikTok is, it's so much like it's aesthetic, pretty looking like videos at this point, like of a lot of things, and I'm guilty of it. Do you know what I mean? But like we missed that whole, like, because TikTok is basically like Vine, isn't it? Like we missed that funny aspect of watching a video. Like, do you know what I mean? There's something like funny, because we, like you said earlier, we all love laughter. I'm not laughing at aesthetic video. Like whatever. Like and like we all need that laughter because it's like escapism. Like there's not a lot of social media that has that nowadays, and like that's why I said, like with the whole meme side of thing, it is a niche because like it relates to a lot of people. And I think it's very important that we still keep on that. That's why like so many different YouTubers or even TikTokers are doing so well. Because they're funny, they're that personality, all of this, and I feel like you have all of that. You're just not doing it at the moment. So we need to get back to it. But with that being...
you're right.
You're right. You're right.
I'm sorry, mate. I will do better next time.
No, you have to do better. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna be knocking on your door every day. Nimi, we made TikTok. And I actually can.
You can actually do that now.
I'm gonna Nimi, we made your TikTok. I'm actually gonna be doing this.
It's not like most TikToks are actually not that hard to make.
And I think before, when you were making it, like you can just do like an evening of making TikToks. You know what I mean? Like that's what a lot of people that I know do.
Because and that's the thing that we find most about like procrastinating is that when we actually do the thing that we want to do, it's actually not as crazy as what we always imagine it to be. It's just like, oh, it just took like 5 minutes or whatever. I guess just say like, what is a TikTok in it? Like, what is just making it? What is like? How much is that really going to cost you? Like in terms of time, like
it's a time of investment. Just to make it that way.
You make it and you post it. If it does well, oh well. Because but that's the thing about consistency, innit? And that's why consistency is important. It's not that you're manipulating the algorithm or whatever. It's just that you're literally increasing your chances of going viral. If you put someone who posts every day is more likely for one of those videos or whatever to like do really well, even if one of those videos doesn't do so well the next day. Oh well, there's the next day, and then there's the next day, and then there's the next day, and like there's the next day, and like that's how consistency works, isn't it?
And I like what you said earlier. The low consistency is better than no consistency.
Because at the end of the day, like you're still like, whether slowly or quickly, however you like perceive that, you're still accumulating followers. Like so, and then before you know it, you look back, oh, I'm on 50k, I'm on 100k, I'm on this.
So. I love how it said mom. Mom, I'm on 50k. Did you say mom?
No. This is like wow. I said wow, but okay.
I said mom. Like you're gonna tell your mom first.
Her mom.
I'm on 50k.
Her mom. I got 100k. Like, did they even still give out plaques for 100k?
What, TikTok?
No, on YouTube.
I don't know actually.
Like the silver one. And
then
gold was like
got silver, gold.
What's platinum? Well, platinum's 10 million, isn't it?
Potentially.
It might have changed now. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it might have changed.
I feel like silver's 100. It makes sense to me that silver's 100k.
Okay, yeah.
Gold is a 1 mil.
Gold is 1 mil.
And then platinum is 10 mil.
What colour is platinum?
Just like
gold still.
It's like a shiny silver, basically. Platinum.
Platinum. That's what we all inspire. Inshallah, one day.
Yeah.
And what would be your takeaway message for the people that are watching? Words of advice.
Gosh, I guess it's really corny, innit? It is corny when you hear like these things about like, follow your dreams and don't give up and all of this stuff. But it's like the reason why we keep hearing it again is because it is true. Like there's no rush in the sense, especially if like you're young, but at the same time, like you're not getting any younger either. Like every day that you don't start is like one day less like living the life that you want to live. If that makes sense.
No, it's true. I totally agree, and I feel like
just like every day you leave it, it's like one day less that you could be enjoying, you know, your thing like in the future.
And your dream, like your dream of you're taking a step of your dream coming closer.
Yeah, and also it's like, you know, there's one on one hand there's no rush, but on the other hand it's like there is the very real
time is ticking.
Not even that time's ticking, but it's like you don't know how long it's gonna take. Like, you don't know how long it's gonna take to get where you want to be in life or where you think you want to be in life.
And even when you get there, you might want something else. You know what I mean? It's constantly gonna be evolving.
And that's that thing, innit? Like, you know, the reward for hard work is harder work. And my dad used to tell me
you're actually coming up with like bars.
I told you, man, here we
bars.
Like, yeah, like
I'm just gonna be like, Nimi, I need my one line of motivation today.
Like, I used to hate hearing that when I was a kid. Was like the reward for hard work is literally harder work. Like it trains you for like the next stage.
It's so true, damn.
So, but also like, gotta be careful because there's always that. Okay, what's next? What's next? And it's like, when are you gonna be sort of okay? You know, when are you gonna be okay with it? When are you gonna?
And
be
also,
happy?
like, you have to allow yourself as well. Burnout is so real. That's something we both experienced before, so it's very real.
And it's like we're living in a ever changing, because it's like the world is changing, but what we also don't consider is that the rate at which the world is changing as well is also increasing.
Oh God,
like we're seeing more and more change quicker and quicker than what it used to be like in the bloody Middle Ages or like medieval times or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's
like
true.
The man will have like an invention every 10 years or something, but now we're seeing some like almost every day.
No, it's so true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And so many, like, we own so much now.
No,
like,
we do.
Back is like, or the king used to own all the stations. Like,
but
now you're seeing like everyone's concentrated. Everyone's like has like a business or something, or like
working towards something.
So.
No, I'm actually so glad you came on. Like this was kind of spontaneous.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Because literally just I think we did 24 hours. Like,
literally 24 hours is like, Nimi, do you want to record an episode tomorrow?
Like, yeah, go on.
So why not? And I'm glad because I feel like we probably wouldn't have done this for a long time.
Yeah, and that's like just literally it's just what I'm trying to do now. Like this, especially like
say
this
yes
year.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
no,
just do you want to do okay?
Yeah. Like, don't think about it too much.
But like because you're always gonna regret what you don't do.
That's true.
What you did. Even if it doesn't go well, I still did it.
That's one thing that I said to myself. Like I said, this year, that's why in January I was doing loads. I was making content. Like literally in one day, I did like 2 big forms of content, and I felt so good. And even though I was exhausted, I felt so good. And that wouldn't have happened if I didn't say yes. And it's like you said, it's so important. Like nothing like is too much. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't think about it too much.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna eat a burger whole. You do it in chunks. Like it's just like it's not. You don't eat the whole burger. Like that's the takeaway in it. Like you don't.
Yeah, you just get
eat the whole burger. Like it's just.
That's a takeaway burger. No, yeah. Sorry. No, Nimi.
I didn't even realize.
Are you
I didn't even realize that.
Are you alright?
I'm just what.
That was.
Don't eat the whole burger.
That's a takeaway. No. I'm using that. I'm actually using that.
Right, so that's free. Okay, that's it.
That's free today.
I think on that bombshell,
guys.
And with that,
I'm gonna give you the honors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with that you deserved it.
And with that, I think we're gonna bring this podcast to a close.
Yeah.
Subscribe and follow. I'm sure we're gonna.
We're gonna do much more. Like there's a lot more to come, guys. And you know what? Let me thank you so much for coming on. Like I actually feel so blessed and grateful. should
do this again sometime.
No, 100%. Like literally live next door. Why not?
Yeah.
But like honestly, thank you so much, guys. There's gonna be more of Nimi if you're. There's gonna be a regular degular as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. Nimi Neutron is out.
Oh my gosh, yes.